Welcome to have you here. My name is Joey Barnett. I'm a partner at WR Immigration, speaking today about E2 Visa with Patrick Findaro from Visa Franchise and Vetted Biz. Patrick and I have worked with many clients in the past, helping them achieve their immigration goals, getting here on E2 visas. And so thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you. 100% approval, first time with WR Immigration. So like across the board, wherever they're applying from, some of the cases were definitely difficult and kind of quirky, 100% approval. So, that speaks for itself. It's been a great joy working with you guys.
Yeah, well, no case is ever straightforward. There's always some sort of quirk, whether it's business related or personal related, but that's why you have to work with an experienced immigration attorney to make sure that your expectations are correct, and that you're prepared for that so important visa interview when so many things could go wrong if you're not prepared otherwise. So our job is to provide all of the information necessary so that an informed decision can be made, in particular with some of the more gray areas in the E2, such as processing times. Patrick, why don't you give just a brief introduction about Visa Franchise and Vetted Biz and what you guys do?
So my brother and I started Visa Franchise back in 2015, and including the Vetted Biz brand, it's morphed into a media, data, and advisory company. Right now we have 40 employees across the brands. And essentially with Visa Franchise, we act as your advisor, finding and analyzing businesses, principally franchises that are eligible for the E2 visa, as well as other visa categories as Joey best sees fit. Vetted Biz was just our offline database for all the thousands of franchises that we had in our repository in Visa Franchise. Put that online in 2019, started monetizing in 2021, and now it's the second most visited franchise website. So it's mostly geared towards Americans that are looking to invest, buy a franchise or buy a whole franchise system. But we have the data from Vetted Biz, which is essentially a media and data company that helps our clients at Visa Franchise find and analyze the ideal franchise and reduce the risk and reduce the time that it takes to make a decision and apply with an E2 visa through Joey and his colleagues at WR Immigration.
So Patrick, are there some franchises that just don't fit with the E2 category?
Well, first, there's a lot of just bad franchises. So it's like Subway, you invest $350K and you're going to be working there every day and you'll make $60,000. And you can buy an existing Subway for $150K. And there's not enough margin for a day-to-day manager in most cases. So maybe you get up to 3 locations and you're going across the different locations. So there's a lot of bad franchises that have passed their prime or they never were a good business. So we have to avoid those, even if it's eligible for the E2 visa. And then it's like, all right, which ones have a substantial enough investment where you can add in a car if you need a car for your business and it's a property management business, and getting to that substantial amount where it makes sense for that type of business and meeting the E2 visa requirement. And you have contractors and or employees in the business. And pretty much across the board, most franchises are going to meet the E2 visa eligibility. However, the franchisor, if they had one negative experience with an E2 visa candidate, they don't want to have any more. So UPS store had one negative experience. They said, we don't want to accept any more E2 visa candidates. I don't like the UPS store model even, but it's just not available anymore for E2 visa candidates. Same with L1, EB5 direct. So all it takes is one bad apple that just maybe invested in the business and then went home and left the business, or there was, some problem with communicating the delays to the E2 visa processing where they just cut it and that franchise brand no longer wants to accept E2 visa candidates. A lot of what we do at Visa Franchise is educating franchisors and trying to get them comfortable, especially the best systems, to accept our clients as candidates. So that's a big part of what we do, educating both franchise investors as well as franchise brands about the benefits of having, which oftentimes a foreign national already had a business. They're not leaving some corporate life, which is usually the case in the US, where they'd never run their own business and they're going into franchising. We have clients that are managing, like on the property manager I mentioned, over 400 units. But that case, he already had a business that was successful in Latin America. So he knew how to scale up, manage people, roll up his sleeves. So there's a lot of benefits to the E2 visa that franchise brands just need to be educated on and need to see some nice case studies.